Peace. Welcome to Spears and Mics. This is the fatherhood episode. I don't really do the holiday thing, but I'm sure like a lot of fathers and dads will be celebrating this upcoming weekend for Father's Day. And the challenges and the blessings behind being a father, me and the brother Watt, our co-host Just P. We talk about it a lot. We talk about our children a lot. We talk about our experiences a lot. Sometimes I call the brother Watt up and I lean on him for advice, or he may give me some, some jewels on his experiences. I appreciate when the brother gives me some advice from his heart and his experiences because I know my brother to be a good father, and I respect that and I salute it. We also know a bunch of Zulus that are great fathers as well. Salute to them brothers for changing, the narrative, right? Because a lot of people think that we don't do our job or whatever. And I'm not saying like we in particular, but our people in general. And fatherhood is very dear to me, and I know it's very dear to my brother and many other brothers that we're in tune with in our organization and our circles in general. You know what I'm saying? So salute to all the fathers out there. And I just wanted to give you, the honor and the respect for being a great father. And may Allah guide you and strength and give you strength to continue to do your duties as a man and as a father for your
Mm.
family. Because I know they appreciate you and they love you. I hear it in your seeds when I call you and they're screaming and they're jumping all over you, calling you daddy. And I know how that feels for you because it feels incredible to me when I hear it with my children. You know what I mean?
Word, word, word. Same goes for you. Same goes for
Yeah,
you, man.
I I appreciate it. Um, I know your eldest, your daughter, when you had her, that do you feel like that moment was like life changing to you?
Yeah, it was, man. It's 2015 she was born, and
Oh, 10 years ago.
yeah, 'cause she'll be 10 inshallah next month.
Inshallah.
Uh, and I've been there from day one, never missed a beat, even though her mother and I are no longer, married. And I've been married to my current wife for going on 7 years, and we have two sons together. And then I have my stepdaughter who's 14. But like when I first became a father, uh, just holding her, I knew then that I had to be more responsible. To like my temperament has changed dramatically, and over time it's getting even better. Not quick to fly. I mean, we all have hiccups here and there, you
Mhm.
know, but like I knew then, like, because as soon as she came out, they gave her to me. You know what I'm saying? And like just cutting the umbilical cord, and after they clean her off, and just looking at her, being observant, and just looking like this really, like, it came out of her mother. She came out of her mother, but came from me. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like she came from me, and I'm just looking like, yo, wow, man. I just look, and I'm just like, yo, how could like a man like procreate something and not want to take care of it? You know what
Well,
I'm saying? Like that's how I felt. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And not from my own personal experience, not only from my own personal experience, but just in general. Like I just be looking like people I know that have children and quick to blame like the court system or the baby mother, you know what I'm saying, or the new dude or whatever. Like nothing's gonna stop me from being a father. I don't care, like unless I don't have no more life in me. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And unless Allah take my soul, that's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been there from day one, like never missed a beat through all like the stuff I was going through. Uh, when I got divorced and all of that. I never missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be understanding how so-called men, I'm on child support. That's all they get. And like I'm on child support. I'm not afraid to say it. And it's not because I'm not, I wasn't doing anything for my daughter. I'm
Hmm.
not going to disclose why it is, but it's
Hmm.
fine. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's cool. Like, and I still do beyond that.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm
right, right.
saying? I don't mind, and my daughter is with me. We just came back from the Poconos. You know what I'm saying? As a family, we all went. You know what I'm saying? Had a great time. I really like being a dad, man. I like being a father and a dad.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like being both, man. It's nothing, it's no greater thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though sometimes like I got like four different voices, all different ages, asking me, pulling me in the different directions. Like it's
Yeah.
like a horse, it's like being strapped to a horse with
Hmm.
all four limbs, four horses,
Hmm.
four limbs, and they all pulling you in a different direction. Then I got my wife, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Of course, yeah, yeah.
pulling
Your
me in a
wife,
different, pulling my head in
yeah,
a different direction.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like, but I enjoy it though, because
yeah.
like it makes me more responsible. It makes me think, faster and with more discretion. And like I'm really like a lion over his cubs.
Mm.
When we're out in public, like I'm on top of them. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the security wise, you know what I'm saying? But I just back to what you were saying. I ain't mean to go off on a tangent, but
No, 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 no.
um um
It's all relevant.
yeah, when she was born, you know what I'm saying? Got a tear. I'm not even gonna lie. I cried for all three of my kids too. You know what I'm saying? I cried when all
Yeah,
three of them was born.
it's an emotional experience.
Yeah, yeah. Because I had to collect my thoughts. I'm just looking like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Allah is merciful. And you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that, like, he facilitated that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people aren't able to have children. A lot of men
Hmm.
aren't able to impregnate women, and a lot of women aren't able to carry. You know what I'm
Right. And
saying?
to
They got all
bear,
this,
carry and
right?
bear, yeah.
They got all this stuff going on.
Right.
You know what I'm
Their
saying?
their
Like,
window isn't even,
yeah,
it's a short window, and then
right,
they start to deal with complications and higher
right.
risk,
High risk,
and
yeah,
mothers that give birth and pass away themselves
right,
expire on the table to give birth, or sometimes they have to decide,
right,
is
right,
the baby
right,
gonna
right. It's
live or the
dangerous,
mother,
right?
who to save? So indeed, it's not even easy to get pregnant, although it may seem at times for
Right,
certain people's experience. I just think, you know, I'm grateful that I came into the fatherhood club late, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a point in time where, although I've been with my wife for like 13, 14 years, we've been married over 10 years. We were waiting for like the right time, and it gets to a point where people, family be like, "Yo, when are you gonna have kids? Y'all waited a long time. You're getting old. My wife's a lot younger than me. She's 8 years younger than me, so she was still young. But even then, we were together for a while, and they were putting pressure on us. And we would, people wait for the right time, but then people were telling us there is no right time. Y'all just
right.
gotta,
It's not
you know what I'm saying, go through it and y'all gonna find a way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so grateful that at 39 years old, I was almost 40 when had my first child, my daughter. I got two girls, for those that don't know, almost 5-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. And I love them dearly. And I can't imagine, when before I was a father, I really even couldn't, although I had the desire to be a father, I couldn't imagine it,
right.
right? And now that I'm a father, I can't imagine what life would be without these girls, without my family. And it's like going home to receive that love when you walk through the door, although it's overwhelming at times. because we work hard, long hours, but it's just so incredible to hear their little voices and their little
Right,
stories and their jokes and their characters and get the hugs and the kisses, and it's no feeling like that. I feel bad for people that like they waived their fatherhood. They gave it up, you know what I'm saying, because they're not happy with the woman, or whatever situation, they ultimately wind up just disconnecting with their seeds, or they legally sign off on their children. I don't know how people do that. And then like people respect these dudes. Like, if you're not a father to your seeds and you left them basically abandoned, like that's not respectful. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
not at all.
And people
Not at
joke like,
all.
oh yeah, he left when he went to go get the milk. Like, there's people that experienced a lot of pain and setbacks because their father isn't in their life, and I'm one of them. I probably
Right,
could have been in a better position had my father been involved more than he was.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, what we're striving to do with our children is ultimately give them what we didn't have ourselves, and that's a great challenge. You know what I mean? A great, great challenge. But we up for it. You know what I'm saying? We up for it
True.
and we're doing it. And man, it's just it's not easy by any stretch. And I'm sure all the fathers that are listening could relate that it's a challenge on a day-to-day basis, but it's the most rewarding feeling that I've
Yeah.
felt, receiving that love.
Like it's funny you say like coming in the door and receiving the love and them jumping on you even when you dead tired from work and sometimes it's overwhelming. With me, yo, it's funny because like I'll come in and all of them will be in there in the living room, but my daughters will be upstairs. Like one of my sons will Salam alaikum, daddy, and run. The other one will be in the iPad and don't even look up. Salam alaikum, daddy. And then my
Hmm.
daughters will come down. Sometimes one of them jump, yo, what up? And then sometimes it's like, hey, salam alaikum. So it's like hit or miss.
Right,
And I
right, right.
take it either way. You know what I'm saying? Like for whoever don't say anything because they involved in like TV or a device, I'll mush them. They be like, oh, hey, salam alaikum, daddy. I'm like, yo, you know better when I enter. But normally when I enter, I greet first. Because when you
Hmm.
enter somewhere, you're supposed to greet. So I'll initiate the greeting.
Hmm.
And before, and then sometimes some of them will jump up, sometimes all of them will jump up and be
Yeah.
happy. Sometimes it's be like, oh, it's daddy. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
whatever. And but it's definitely a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? And I don't be asking for no pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife
Hmm.
told me recently, she was like, "Thank you." I was like, "For what?" It's like just for being a good father and a good
Yeah.
stepdad. And I'm just like, yo, if I didn't do it, like, what would happen to them? I don't even need to thank you. I
Hmm.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm supposed to protect them. I'm supposed to take care of them. I'm supposed to clothe them, feed them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't put all of that stuff on my wife. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my wife be dead tired. Sometimes I'll cook. Sometimes she'll
Yeah.
cook, bathe the babies. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I just like she just took my son's braids out, both of them, because my son graduate on Friday, inshallah. So they gotta get their hair braided. So she took their hair out after they ate. I took them upstairs and washed it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's nothing. Like if my wife isn't here, I gotta make sure that I'm able to, prepare a meal for them instead of like, oh, I'm gonna just go out and buy
Right.
you
Right.
something. Like, nah, you gonna come here, I'm gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? I give you a
Yeah.
dessert. If there's dessert available, if the time permitting, yeah, I'll give you a dessert. You're gonna take a bath and you in the bed. You know what I'm saying? As far as like I'm a sneakerhead, so spoil them. I told my girls, I said, yo, as long as y'all do what y'all supposed to do in school, you know what I'm saying? And outside of school, you're respectful. You don't get into no trouble. You don't give us no headache. You get whatever you want. But as
Or
long as you conduct yourself, like I was talking, my stepdaughter, she got a little job. She babysits for another Muslim sister. The sister has a set of twins and she works from home. So my stepdaughter goes over there and she like takes care of them. She babysits or whatever. And so I was taking her today and we were talking about a sister, a 13-year-old out here just got found. I guess she ran away and they were saying she got kidnapped. I think she did get kidnapped. I'm not really too familiar with whether she really got kidnapped or not, but my stepdaughter was telling me that she uh had snuck out the house 4 in the morning to go see a boy, to try to meet up with a boy, and got kidnapped. Muslim sister too, Muslim 13-year-old girl. And
mm,
my stepdaughter's 14. And I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I bought her, she got kidnapped. I told her, I was like, kidnappers, unless you rich, the only time they giving you back is if they holding you for ransom and you meet the ransom. I said, this girl wasn't no, he's not an heiress to anything. Family isn't well off like that. Girl ran away and returned. That's what I think. Allah knows best. But I told her, I'm like, I said, she was saying the girl allegedly had got kicked out the house the day before, something like that. I said, I would never put y'all out. She was like, no matter what we did. And I looked at her, I was like, listen, I said, when you go out the house, you're a representation of me because I'm raising you, So I was like, and I'm a representation of you when I go out the house too. So if I did something and one of your friends or your whole entire school knew, like, say for instance, I was outside unclothed, walking around, that's embarrassing. So they'd be
mm-hmm.
like, yo, ain't that your stepfather? That's your father? Like that's good. What's wrong with him? People would make
Right.
fun of it and that would be embarrassing. Even though that's me, it's not you. It would
Mm-hmm.
still be embarrassing. That brings shame to the family. And I
Right.
always teach them that don't shame the family. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yep.
shame the family. So I try to instill that in them and just watching them grow and implement the things that me and my wife um strive to teach them makes me happy more than anything. That's the thing that makes me really happy, what we
Well,
strive to implement, like the Islam, the religion, and the good manners. Like today, for instance, took my sons to the park. Not too far. It's within walking distance, but I drove. I had the bearded dragon with me outside to get some sun. All the kids in the park were drawn to the dragon. They all stopped playing. Is that real? So let them touch the dragon, whatever. Cool. My sons were like, "That's our pet," and da da da,
mm-hmm.
introducing. Right. So there was a woman older than me, not elderly, but she might have been more than, say, maybe around our mother's age, maybe. My oldest son, Lath, he's 5, he's about to be 6. He walked past her and he looked down, and those little yellow dandelions that be in the ground, he picked two up out of nowhere, didn't know the lady or nothing, just gave them to her. He said, "This is for you."
Mm-hmm.
And I look back, and she's like, "How you know I needed to smile today?" She was like, "I was looking for a reason to smile. And you made me smile." And she looked at me, she said, "He must have learned that from you." And I looked and I just was like, I didn't say nothing. I just smiled.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started talking about the dragon. But then I'm just thinking, I'm like, yo, man, this dude is like you charming already, man. You're gonna be a
Right. It was a
problem. But
charmer.
like, right, but I like him knowing that, you give flowers to a
Right.
female.
It's a kind gesture.
Right, right,
It's a
right, right.
kind
And you be
gesture.
pleasant. And then he did it to two teenage girls that were sitting on the bench. I think they might have been Pakistan, and they just looked at him and smiled. But he did it so smooth, like he gave one and the other one, and he didn't even give
Uh,
them a chance to say thank you. He just like kind of like took off and ran
yeah,
towards
yeah,
the
yeah.
slide. I'm like,
Gotta
yo,
watch
this
that.
and
You gotta
right,
watch
and
him
I'm
when you
just
get
watching
older.
him. And I'm just watching him. I'm like, yo, man, this dude is real slick, man. But like just watching them grow, even when they're
Yeah.
going through problems,
Mm-hmm.
just watching how they figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How to conflict resolute amongst each other. Sometimes I'll let them argue. All of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Because it's four of them. From the
Yeah.
age of 4 to 14. I let them, like, if I got to step in or if me or my wife has to step in, we'll step in. Like, if I feel it's getting a little bit too out of hand. Because, like, especially if it, like, turns physical. Because I always tell my sons, you don't hit no female. And then I tell the girls, you're much bigger than them. You can hurt them. And then once they get big, y'all might be bigger than them, but their retaliation ain't gonna be the same. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm like, they're gonna be heavy handed.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to control them like y'all can now. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mm-hmm.
always tell them, don't use your words. You don't have to insult to get your point across. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you definitely don't have to use your hands. So sometimes I just sit back and I listen, and my wife be like, "You hear them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I hear them. I just want to see how far it goes." You know what I'm saying? Just to see how they handle it on their own
Yeah.
when they think nobody's looking. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that really makes me proud too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like I expressed to you before, me and my wife, we try not to argue in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them to think that that's normal. If you
Mm-hmm.
got something to say, if we have something to say to each other, that we don't like what each other did, like wait till they go to bed. We could talk about it tomorrow. It's easier said than done because in the moment, sometimes it's kind of hard, but we
Yeah.
really strive not to display that in front of our children. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my sons, especially the boys, they'll be like, "Yo, like, why y'all fighting? You
Mm-hmm.
don't talk to him like that, or you don't talk to her like that. That's not nice. You're not being nice." They'll say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They'll
My
say it.
daughter has
They
told me
don't.
that too.
Yeah,
Daddy,
they don't.
Daddy, be nice to mommy. Don't talk like
Yeah,
that. She's told me,
yeah.
be quiet, Daddy, be quiet. Because they pick up on the vibes. They know when
Mm-hmm.
something's wrong. They don't want to see their parents arguing or getting loud. They just want to see love. They want to be surrounded by love and
Right,
peace.
right,
And that's what the children should see, love and peace.
right.
One thing I gotta say, like, my wife tells me this all the time, and it makes me feel bad when I hear it, but it also makes me feel somewhat proud. Like I do my daughter's hair often. Like I give the kids a bath. I strive to help as much as I can and do my
Mm-hmm.
part because my wife is just beat up like me too, working long hours and doing everything. So I try to, we take turns helping each other doing different things. And sometimes I blow dry my daughter's hair. You know what I'm saying? With the blow dryer, be straightening it and combing it, brushing it out. And my wife be like, yo, she's so lucky and so blessed to have you. She's like, because I never had that. And she says that to me often. And it makes me feel bad for my wife because she's the same boat in the boat as many of us where her father was not around.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think to myself, yeah, like my daughters are so lucky to have me and so blessed to have me. And I hope they remember it and cherish it down the line. Like daddy used to do my hair, daddy used to take care of me. Like my daughter gets excited, right, when I buy her sneakers and all of that. My daughter already at, going on 5 knows what it's like to get fresh. She knows like I could tell like her little swagger, her demeanor it'd be when she gets all dressed up, she turned like different. You could tell she's excited and feels confident and she likes to look good. You know what I'm saying? She'd be looking in the mirror, admiring herself. And it's not to be vain, but like I tell her, like, you're very lucky to have all these blessings, right? Even though it's material and it doesn't even matter. But like I tell her, like, I wish I had that stuff when I was young, because I used to have Skippy Velcros on when I was young, on some poverty type, you know what I mean? Public housing, cheap clothes, my daughter fresh. And I tell her, like, if you like nice things, just make sure you pay attention in school, work hard in school, because if you want to continue this lifestyle, mommy and daddy are gonna give you this house. It's gonna be worth $1 million when you guys are older. You know what I'm saying? it's a great way for you to start your life and live an incredible life. But if you want all beautiful things, nice things, you have to study hard, you have to work hard. And she's only in pre-K, and I'm telling her this, and I'm just trying to drill it into her mind because we know what it takes to provide. And it's not easy. It's not easy to go to the supermarket and spend $400 and wonder what you spent for that $400. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to get an electric bill that's $500. It's not easy to pay a mortgage that's 3,500. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication and discipline on a daily basis to provide our children the lifestyle that they live, the lifestyle that we live. You know what I'm saying? Because we both like nice things. When I say we both, you, me, so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they got things that we didn't have when we was young. You know what I'm saying? And I just want her to understand and know that all of that takes hard work, and it starts now. It doesn't start when you're 21 and you're on your own. It starts now. You know what I'm saying? And if I could just give her a message, I just want her to apply herself and do that hard work in school. And then when she ultimately goes into the workforce, apply that same type of discipline and dedication to buy those nice things and to have a beautiful home and have a beautiful life. Because financial security and education are paramount, necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my children to have financial security. I want them to have great things because you know, I can honestly say that I've come from the bottom, and I know at the bottom there was kids that's even worse than me. I know kids in
Right.
school in Brooklyn that did not eat for dinner. Like they would ask me like, "Yo, you ate dinner last night?" And in most cases, like 9 out of 10 times I ate dinner, right? And there were a lot of times where kids would be like, "I ain't eat nothing." You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, "Why you didn't eat?" Because we didn't have food. I had to go to my nana's house and ask her for some cereal because we didn't have milk or we didn't have no Lipton soup. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of kids that's suffering. I don't know about these days how things are, you know, how things are, but I seen kids going through it. So I feel so blessed to give my children a different life, you know what I'm saying? And I just want them to have the best possible life, not even just about like possessions and material objects, just happiness, peace, love, Like me and my wife talk about this often, like hoping that our daughters find the right men in their lives that will give them the right love, true love, and not pain and suffering and you know, um, because we
Well, it
don't
starts
know.
with y'all.
Right,
It
right. My
starts
wife
with the
says that.
parents. It starts with y'all, how y'all
Absolutely.
treat each other, how they see y'all,
Right,
and how
right,
you not only how you treat them, but how you treat their mother, how you treat
right,
women in general, because they're gonna think like it's crazy how like you could be like, yo, I'm not gonna do that, and then you turn around and do it. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like I'm not gonna be like this person, but this is all you see. So
right,
that's, like that's why, like I said earlier, like we try not to argue and try not to make that a common thing, you know what I'm saying, in front of the children because it's not a good reflection and it's
right,
teaching them indirectly on how to, solve their issues with the other gender, you know what I'm saying?
right.
With the opposite sex.
Yeah, right.
So I that's very important. Is
Yeah.
very important.
Something
With
not
being
to
a
be overlooked. You know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right. What's crazy is like I know we talking about this, and I know so-called Father's Day is Sunday, and I know it's not as I guess publicized as Mother's Day, but I want to know the origin of it, like how Mother's Day, the origin was the woman whose mother died, and like she took the day to honor her mother or whatever, and now everybody's following it. Um, You're supposed to honor your parents every day, not just one day.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? And because one, your mother could have died bringing you here, and your father because he helped procreate. and because he's taking care of you, because that's what a father is. He's the protector, he's the provider, he's the earner, in in old terms. Modern, I don't know what it means now, because they
Mhm.
change that. No, I'm serious. I mean,
No, no.
they changed the definition of things
Mhm.
over time, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not with it. I'm not with these new terms and these new definitions, but I'm what you call old school, whatever, whatever. I'm fine with it. But I want to know, like, was Father's Day created to combat Mother's Day? Was it some woman hater, like He-Man woman hater club that was like, yo, they got Mother's Day, so let me just bring in Father's Day?
Yeah,
Because fathers
yeah.
normally don't. A lot of fathers don't. I mean, a lot of men don't really care about Father's Day like that. It's only a jealous man, I think, would be like, you want to celebrate your mother, you don't celebrate me. I'm the reason. Blah 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 blah.
Right, right, right,
I don't
right.
I don't even I don't even think about it like that, man. Like, ain't no competition between, like, you know, the parents, yo. Like my kids, if they doing, if I hear them no, I'm telling them no. You can't come to me and ask me the same thing and think I'm gonna say yes. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I don't allow the kids to play the parent thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't allow that. Like even with my daughter's mother, if she's telling me something, if my daughter did something and it's my week to have her, and she's like, yo, she did X, Y, and Z, take the phone. I'm taking the phone.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, well, you here with me, so you could do whatever. And then
Mhm.
when you go back to your mother, and
Mhm.
you could
Right. You
resume your
look
punishment or whatever.
look like
Like,
the good
nah,
dad. She look like the
right.
bad mom.
Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
They
I'm not.
stand firm on the discipline
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm not
all
doing
that.
it, yo.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the phone, like, you go to school, because my daughter walks. So, my kids walk, the girls walk. If you do something and we gotta take the phone, you gotta take the phone to let me know you got to school safe and you got home safe after
Right.
school, and then you put the phone up. Because the wonders of technology, he's linked to my phone. So I
Mhm.
could shut everything down from my phone.
Right, right.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and she understands, but I was just using that as an example, not to say that my daughter gets in any kind of trouble.
Right,
Even though
right,
she
right.
had some hiccups this year, she had her first fight, which I think was I had a proud dad moment. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a proud dad moment with that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't want her out here fighting, but I
Mhm.
did have a proud dad moment because she defended herself. She wasn't the
Mhm.
aggressor, you know what I'm saying? And she defended herself. So proud of that. Yeah, man. What about you though? Like when your first daughter was born, how did you feel? How did you even feel that you knew you were having a girl? Did you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We knew. I just felt like both of them were gonna be boys, and doing the gender reveal thing and finding out it was a girl because we looked at the sonogram, and the
Hmm.
sonogram, my daughters were like twins with me, like they looked like me when I was baby. So I was just assuming like if the baby looked like me, it's a girl,
It's a
it's a
boy.
boy.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I was kind of surprised to find out that my first daughter was a girl, and the sonogram on the second one, my little twin also. So I thought it was, a boy, but both of them were girls. Surprised, but happy because I don't know if I would be different if I had boys or different. I'm gonna give them the love, but I guess it gives me a opportunity to be a little bit more tender and a little bit more
Hmm.
vulnerable with the girls because you do have to like. Of course we're gonna be compassionate, we're gonna give love regardless, boy, girl, but
Hmm.
um it just gives me an opportunity to be tender and
Yeah.
softer
They're a
with
little
them.
bit
And
more
I'm not
sensitive.
right, very sensitive, especially my older daughter. And I try to toughen her up, but I do understand that, everybody's different. Not everyone's gonna be tough, but I also want her to understand that I don't want no one to bully her, and it's a
Right.
cruel world. And even with her younger sister be beating her up sometimes, and she'd be crying and tattletaling. I'm like, yo, that's your little sister. She's half your age. Like, you got to toughen up. Don't hurt her, but stand your ground and be
That's how
firm
my
with her.
sons are.
Yeah,
And
I
they
know
only
you be
13
telling
months.
me, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but finding out I was having a girl, just honored and completely in love with her. She's amazing, and just having that experience, seeing the miracle of birth in general, right? Just like seeing the baby come out and holding that baby and feeling like love, right? Because we've never loved anything like, I mean, maybe people have experienced love at first sight. I don't really
Right.
like believe in that too much, like, because you gotta like know
Uh,
somebody to love somebody. But when you hold your child, like you instantly feel that, like, yo, I love this
yeah,
thing. Like,
yeah, yeah.
and when you do the skin to skin, taking my shirt off and having that baby on me and just feeling the heartbeat and looking at the child and saying, wow, like we created this. It was just me and my wife for so long, so many years. And now we have like a little us in our
Right.
hand. And then boom, for the second child, the same thing. So it's like we've recreated ourselves. And like what I love about being a father is like I get to like relive my childhood through them to a degree. And like with the kids, right, like I could talk to my wife and my wife's heard all my stories already. I've probably told her the same stories 100 times, but when the kids listen to your stories, they be engaged and they just be listening and tuned in. Probably like when you watch wrestling with your kids, you telling them about the old school stuff, you know what I'm saying, and putting them on. Those are such amazing experiences, man, to be teaching them things and, the engagement, listening to them, their brain develop and like just learn things and impress you. You'd be surprised and taken back by so much things that they know. So it's just incredible to me. I love it all, man. I love all of it. But I'm not gonna lie, it's wild hard and it's wild work.
It
And
is.
I'll be feeling overwhelmed to the max, like, depleted. Like, yo, those that play video games when you got one man left, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. I'll be on one
It
man
builds
left.
character though. It builds character and it builds patience, man. Like it really, really does. It really, really does, yo. Like sometimes I'll be watching my wife go through it with the boys, especially, man, because sometimes they be running circles around her and she'll call me. I'll still be at work and she'd be like, yo, I need a bro. I'll come through that door. She'll go straight upstairs. I already know what time it is. She's like, yo, I had enough of them. You know what I'm saying? And I just be looking at them and I'm like, yo, y'all know it's time to straighten up. You know what I'm saying? And I just, like I said, I just like watching them. When we have conversations, like I have different conversations with them, with the kids, because they're of different ages. So the girls, even though the girls are, what are they, 5 years apart? Yeah, they're 5 years apart. They still like ask some of the same stuff. Like, so I talk to them more about my life, growing up, because one's in high school and she'll ask me about when I was in high school. And then, Hannah is about to be in fifth grade, so she'll ask me about certain things, like whatever she's going through. And it's fun. It's really fun to like some of the feedback I get from them when they're like, "Oh, you
Hmm.
used to do this." Like when I told them like, "Yo, I wasn't going to school," and they was looking like, because they think I got the answer for everything. They think I know almost everything, and I be telling them I don't know everything. They're like, "But you did so much," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, but that doesn't mean I know everything." But when I tell them like, "Yeah, y'all are smart because y'all are smarter than I was because you're actually applying what you know in school. I wasn't going to school. I knew what I had to do, and I knew
Hmm.
the work. I just wasn't attending." You know what I'm saying? But it's fun raising them. It's fun. Of course, I love the shopping because I like shopping for myself. So when something comes out, I just be like, me and you be on the phone like, yo, these Jordans coming out. I'm like, well,
Word,
I'm gonna pass on them and get them for the kids. I ain't
word.
gonna get them for myself. I'm
Heard
gonna
you
get them
say
for the
that.
kids.
Heard you say that a lot of times, man. That's like a. It's like, we like to spoil ourselves, but it's even greater to spoil our children. You know what I'm saying?
The video game, they don't even play it.
Right, right.
They
Toys, you buy them these expensive toys. Next thing you know, the head is off the figure. You know what I mean?
Man, yo, I bought these boys these Ninja Turtles, man, and you could like change the bodies. Like you could change the like it comes with like I think a Master Splinter's head and what was the electronic turtle's name? The robot turtle. Forgot his
Raja? No, that's the
no no
tortoise,
no no
right?
no. Yeah, forgot his name, but it comes with that. Yo, they lost. I can't find they don't have all four of them no more. Can't even find it. I bought them the Sonic toy. Can't find that.
It's
Bought
missing
them
limbs and all of that, right?
Mad Marvel action figures.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy. And then they keep asking, yo. They keep asking. They keep. I'm like, yo, man. Like some of these toys, I want to buy for myself just to have them as a
right.
collector's item. I don't want you
Word,
playing with them. I told you,
right.
I had Baby Yoda, Lego Baby Yoda, and I put it together. I hid it from them because I don't want them. That's something I took time. I used to put it together while they slept. Like I
Word,
worked on it. I didn't work on it around them.
word,
Soon as they went to sleep for the night, I used to take it out and build. You know what I'm saying? Take it until I got tired, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save it until I completed it. And then I showed it to them. I said, look, and they're like, oh wow. As soon as they tried to touch it, I'm like, all right, I'm putting it up. You know what I'm
word.
saying? Like I don't want you to, and I plan on getting another one that I could put together because they're not interested in Legos yet, not right now.
Man, that's a good thing because them things cost a fortune.
Yeah,
Like
they're not
it's
interested in
it's disgusting how much Lego is charging. Like it's
man.
plastic. Like come on, seriously,
Yeah,
you
yo, but
charging
they
for
got so much
plastic?
stuff.
No,
Yo,
I
they
know
got.
that it's cool and all. I respect it.
I want Wolverine's his glove, the adamantium claw. I want to get that and do that. I'm not getting it for them though. But
Yo, I saw some Chicago ones that were Legos, but it wasn't real. That was the
oh, I
first
saw that
time that
picture. I saw that picture.
I was
Yeah,
intrigued. I was like, yo, I'm about to get that. That's gonna be my first Lego set ever in my whole life because I never bought
really.
Legos ever.
Word.
I always, I don't like Legos. I don't like puzzles. And whoever's listening probably think, oh yeah, he's probably a dumb person. You know what I'm saying? But I never was. I like to read books. Like I like comic books. I like, stuff like that. Like I didn't care for like puzzles and none of
Right,
that.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Legos, and then when you lose one, two pieces, that's it. Like it don't
Oh,
look
it's
right.
over. It's so. But you know
My
what? You know
cousins used
what's
to have
funny?
them.
You know what's funny about Lego now? With Lego, they give extra pieces, like the smaller
Mm,
pieces, they give
mm.
extra just in case.
Yeah, that's cool.
They have like leftover. Like when I did the Yoda, I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And it was extra. So I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool." Nah, man, having kids and being an active parent is like is dope. It's
yeah,
really dope, man. It's
yeah.
fun
It
going to these
is.
places. We went to the Poconos. My son suffered a minor injury, but he good. He just
Oh
gotta
man.
go. He just gotta graduate with a little scar on his forehead. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? But watching them in that indoor water park was hilarious. And then like we be having this thing sometimes when we go on a long road trip. Sometimes like I'll put on an instrumental and we be freestyling. Everybody, and
that's
it'd be
correct.
hilarious. It'd be hilarious, man. Just to see what they coming up with. Just to
Yeah,
see what they
yeah.
come up with is funny, yo. It's
You be
fun. It's
dropping
normally
darts
like,
on them.
yo, it's normally like, yo, what their name is, and they try to rhyme their name and
Hmm.
what they like to do. But it's funny though, because all four of them actually be doing it, and they come up. It's interesting. it's just interesting. I just want them to like learn how to use their vocabulary and all of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
just put a beat on and play, and I'll be like, "Yo, let me hear something." And whoever go first, like set it off, like next, next, next. So that's
Or that's
something
dope.
fun we do. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
something
that's
fun we
dope.
do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna
saying?
remember. They'll remember all of that stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
That's what I
hilarious.
be hoping for too. Like the most. Like I be telling my daughter a lot of times. Like Julie, like Juliana, I'll be like, I really hope that you remember some things like what me and you share, like in your youth, like things that I've taught you, things that we've experienced. And I could tell that it really sinks in. She reflects on things. She'd be like, when I was 3 years old, she always go back to like a year, what I'm saying? Like, and I'd be surprised by how much memories and how much
Hmm.
she retains from like her experiences. So, to me, I just want to be remembered as a father that gave her everything I could give her that she needs to be successful, to feel great. And, I always pray that my job situation, my finances, my wife, that we can continue on paying that mortgage and keeping this roof over their heads, because we all know what trials and tribulations are. And so much could go wrong, so many challenges. I just want things to be well for us, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But fatherhood has been incredible. I love it, man. I can't wait to continue on this journey. I want to be a better man, a better father, better husband, better Zulu, better everything, striving to really improve, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what life is about, learning, growing, teaching, loving, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. But, just want to thank you for your guidance, your wisdom. You always giving me jewels about the fatherhood. I appreciate it. Um,
Yeah, likewise.
yeah, man, and just excited to see what this how the story and the saga continues. You know what
Word.
I mean?
And I'm trying to convince my wife to have one
Mm,
last one.
yeah, y'all are
Inshallah,
strong.
one last one. Yo, I told her, they got a new, a bigger Kia than the Carnival. It's called the,
Word,
EV9 or something like that.
oh
John is
word,
crazy. Yeah, John is crazy. I was like, yo, we might. It's shaped like a Range Rover though,
yeah,
it seats seven.
and it's
You know what I
electric.
mean? Yeah, it's electric.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, yo, man, we might have to go cop that. You have one more. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that mean one of the oldest son, go to the back with the girls. You know
Word,
what I'm saying? But
word.
yeah, but if not, Allah is the best of planners, man, and I'm content with what I have. You know what I'm saying? With the four children I already have, and it's fine with me, man, because like I said, I enjoy watching them grow. I enjoy our adventures, our journeys, the learning experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And for those men that not involved in their children's lives, especially the ones that's choosing not to, like you're really missing out.
Mm,
And like yo, like not to try to like get religious or anything, but Allah is gonna call you to account for it. You know what I mean? You're gonna be called to account for it. Whether you believe it or not, you're gonna be called to
mm-hmm.
account. So that's one to grow on, as they say.
Yeah,
You can't
definitely.
be a leader. You can't be a leader outside of your home if you're not one in your home first. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because that's where it starts. Can't be
Mm-hmm.
good to somebody outside your home. Charity starts in the home, and the charity in your home, in the home, is raising your family, cultivating your kids, and raising your kids. That's where the charity starts. You know what I'm saying? So if you aren't charitable in your home, I don't want to hear about the charity you do outside your home.
Word,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
real,
We going we
for
gonna
real.
end on that.
Yes, sir.
You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
Fatherhood Edition 2025, man. Salute to all the fathers out there. Man, just keep it strong, keep pushing through. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it for the props, don't do it for the honor, do it because it's your duty. And maybe if a father is listening in on this, and maybe you're not on the best of terms with your children, maybe you're not on the best of terms with your baby moms or your ex-wife or whatever, find a way to get back in your children's lives, man, because
Or
it's not necessarily about what took place yesteryear, but we could do it for today and tomorrow and going forward, and make a big difference in our children because they need you. They need guidance. They need love. No child could have enough guidance and enough love. You know what I'm saying? So get right, make it right if possible. I hope this, people receive this well. Maybe it motivated people to do the right thing even better. But, this is just a reflection on our love for our children and our families. And, more on the way, man. Stay tuned. Salute.